Good evening and welcome to the hour dedicated to talking about all things strange, weird, and paranormal. You're listening to Strange Talk, broadcasting on 1660 AM in Northside, 91.7 FM HD2 WVXU in Cincinnati. We're also streaming at radioartifact.com around the entire planet Earth. The intro track to this episode, and most of our episodes, is the Strange Talk intro by Star Silk. And I'm your host, Alyx, and we have a very special guest tonight. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Sara Josephine Clarke of Moon and Sun Emporium.
Yes, and just so our listeners know kind of how this came about, how I found you was you made a perfume called Haint Country, like Olivia and Matthew's book that we've talked about before on the show. And it smells amazing.
Thank you so much.
Genuinely, it is one of my favorites, and it stays on so much longer than my other perfumes, and it just has this nice earthy Appalachian dirt, good dirt. Soil. It's just
Isn't it fun trying to describe fragrance?
It is. Where it's just how do I describe this? It's good. It's dirt, but in a good way. It's dirt, but not dirty. It's soil that is ready for plants is how I like to think of it.
Ripe soil, ancestral soil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've taken classes in trying to better articulate scent myself, and I work with scent every day, and it's still difficult for me. So yeah.
I feel like that's the part of it I would be better at is trying to describe it afterwards. But yeah, as we were talking for a while before this, before we started recording, and you've been making perfume for, you said 20 years now?
Yes, I have been making perfume for 20 years. I got into it because I could not find solid perfume at the time. Mm-hmm. And what there was in most of today, I would classify more as a lip balm base with scent rather than what I consider solid perfume. I refer to mine as cream perfume when I make those sorts. They're very decadent and oily, and the bases are usually floral waxes and just
yeah, it's a little. It's smoother, but it doesn't necessarily always stay on as long when it's that kind of creamy, balmy.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's what I've found.
Yeah. I remember just one of my formative memories of perfume as a young girl was solid perfume. And so it was it made it all the more magical. And when I couldn't find it, it just was the sort of well, let's see if we can figure out how to do this. And I initially had 10 scents, and I had them all in a shoebox, and I just made them for me, and other people loved them and wanted to buy them, and which was very nice and unexpected. And it just kind of grew from there. And people wanted to know if I had read the book or seen the film Perfume, Story of a Murderer, nothing, which I find to be a great compliment in its own wonderfully strange way. So that's kind of how I got started, was necessity as the mother of invention. And my perfumes were what would be called, like at the time, like full spectrum or mixed media perfumes, until about a handful of years ago. I decided to make them all completely natural. And I went to the Natural Perfume Academy, which to my knowledge is the only accredited school for such an education in the world. And it's based in Ireland, Brazil, and California. And it's, like a wonderful course. I can't recommend it enough. If anyone has any interest in perfumery, go there.
Yeah.
It's the future because it's the past. I think a lot more people are a lot more interested in pronounceable ingredients and things.
Yes. That is a good point. A lot of perfume ingredients are not pronounceable. In the same way, a lot of food ingredients are also like sodium sorbitol, stuff like that, where it's like, you don't know what that means at all.
That means you just know. And what does that taste like? I don't know. I don't want to know. Yeah. So that's what I do. My perfumes, I grow some of the ingredients. I extract some of the ingredients. I otherwise try to source essential oils, absolutes, floral waxes, all of that. I try to source from like people I know, usually through school, that either are themselves or work with like mom and pop type farmers that like their passion is this one ingredient, let's say. One of my suppliers, whose name is Cher, if she's listening, hey girl, hey Cher.
Hey Cher.
She owns EO Apothecare, and she'll like go over to Egypt to buy violet leaf concrete for the rest of us, and just
that's so cool.
Enviable travels,
Yes, that's so cool.
I know.
Honestly,
so
like,
it's
what a dream job to be able to travel around and source perfume materials for people.
It's so true. And there's a lot that's also like, if you're willing to experiment, there's a lot you can do in your own garden, however large or small, where you can just kind of, to me, it's a beautiful thing. It makes my magic is very affected, like my magic and my perfumery is all very like elemental, planetary.
Yes.
And so let's say for something to have all of the elements in it, like it grew in the earth and it was fed by the rain and the sun, and then it went through like say steam distillation, and so it had fire in that aspect somewhere, just like that to me is so poetic.
Yeah, we were talking about that before we were recording too, about how it's kind of like your way to get to participate in alchemy in the modern day, which is so cool and so fun. And why is alchemy not part of more in our lives?
I know. To me, alchemy is where psychology and chemistry meet. And so like spagyrics from alchemy would be, it just for brevity, I'll just say to like reduce something down to its essential salts after everything else has been taken from it. And then to like reintroduce that back into, say if it was a perfume. And there are perfumers out there that, make spagyric perfumes. They're few and far between. I have a little bit of that work in my own, but that's something I'm still learning. But you talk about just some big folk magic with that.
Yeah. That's super neat though.
Thank you.
It's just so cool. Making perfume's really cool.
You're gonna have to do it.
I know. I've been wanting to.
Well, whenever it aligns, you'll have to come over. I'm in Winchester, and
Yeah,
just
that's not far at all.
And see my crazy perfumer's organ with all this madness.
Yeah, literally let me know anytime. That sounds amazing.
Yay! Very cool.
We'll get Olivia to come too, so she can sign our Haint Country books.
Yes, you can get the sign. Yes, she's the elusive one.
She is. I feel like
Hey,
that's
Olivia.
most artists. Hi, Olivia. That's most artists is they have to be a little bit elusive. They have to be a little bit, of a cryptid.
Yeah, it had to be like Drexel in a good way. Like, I'm still a mystery to you from True Romance.
Yes.
But maybe not too much Drexel. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of there's a single artist out there that is not somewhat of a mystery, and I cannot think of one other than maybe Andy Warhol. But his stuff was intentionally really consumeristic. But I can't think of anybody else. I feel like everybody's got some air of mystery to them. Did I lose you there? Oh, there we go. You still there? Oh, there we go. The audio cut out.
Oh, no.
I was like, did I lose you?
I was saying nonsense, too.
Oh, no.
There's always more.
That was your mysterious secret nonsense.
You're like, shh, you're being too straightforward and honest. Like, I'm supposed to do that.
The technology said, shh.
Recently, I went in Dillard's. Sometimes I just like to go in the big box stores in the perfume area and just be nosy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how many of these are natural? And he just looks around and he's like, none of them. Why are you asking? I'm like, oh, I just was curious. I make ones that are natural. He's like, what do you make it out of, wood or something? Wow, that's so neat. How do you even do that?
I like that wood is the first question. Is it made of wood?
It's hand-carved perfume.
Hand-whittled.
Oh, boy. Sit in my rocking chair and whittle a perfume. Yeah.
That's a really... part of me is also wondering if he was just none of them because he was like, I have no idea.
I didn't read the manual. Don't tell my boss. Mm-hmm.
They're all natural, or none of them are natural. Somewhere in between.
The answer is, I don't know.
I feel like I'm always honest about that when I'm like, I don't know. I've got no idea.
If you don't know, you don't know. There's no shame.
Usually I'm like, I don't know. Let's Google it because I can look things up now, and that's really nice and helpful.
You have this thing in your pocket that is an extension of your brain.
Yes. I think about that because when I was a kid, the internet existed, but it wasn't something that everybody had access to yet.
Yes.
And I just think back to back then, and there was just so much stuff I didn't know. The biggest thing is, I would go to school and there would be a holiday coming up and everyone would be talking about it. And I'm like, how does everybody know when these holidays are? And I didn't have the internet, so I couldn't just look up, when is this holiday?
Right.
And so I was so confused all the time. So it is nice now to just be able to be like, what is that?
That. Yes, I'm Gen X, and I think I started using the internet late 90s, maybe.
Yeah.
I was born in 78. Let's see. And the first thing I used the internet for was there was this website called the Misfits Bible. And it was the entire discography of Misfits, Samhain, Danzig, of all of the 7-inch records and bootleg VHS that you could track down. And I was at university at the time, and I printed out that whole thing and used a manual hole puncher and had a binder. And as I would acquire things, I would highlight them, out of. I mean, that was like the best invention ever. Like, there's this thing called the internet, and you can find out about like the whole Misfit Samhain Danzig discography.
Yeah, and then you can print it out. I completely forgot, like, early internet, anything cool you found on there, you would print it out. Like,
Yes.
Your GPS instructions, you would have to look it up and, like, you'd MapQuest it. Oh, my gosh.
And, like, that was all I did with it for years, would be little things like that, and I completely forgot about it. I think until I started selling online, and then I was like, we can do that too?
Yeah. The internet has changed so much. Like, yeah, early internet, I remember when I was younger, it was like me and my brother would like go through and find guitar tabs for everything and print them out and meticulously organize them in this binder. And I would help him alphabetize them.
Yes.
And that was the early internet, was you'd have to print it off and then you'd have to organize it yourself.
Did you have one of those punches that did all three at once, or did you have to do each individual punch?
I honestly think I didn't have either, and I just stabbed it through the binder rings.
I think I had just an individual punch.
Yeah.
And
whoever made the one with all three, genius.
Genius. Real solutions to real problems.
I miss the forum days of the internet, honestly.
Yeah. I guess it's some things try to be now, but I completely forget all about all of that.
Yeah. It's not the same as it was. The internet used to feel like it was a small group of people, and now it's everybody is on the internet everywhere, and half of the internet is fake.
It really is. Really. I remember way back when I was first selling perfume online, it was my web presence. I had like a video trading website for bootlegs, like I was talking about, VHS, and rare movies, and that was my main website. It was called The House That Screams.
Oh,
and
I like that.
This one it was like an Angel Fire site,
Oh, I miss Angel Fire too.
But I paid to get rid of pop-ups though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But it was like a page extension of that for my perfumes. Because people, then people just started buying them. I'm like, how did you find me? What are you doing? Where are you? Wow. And I got all high tech, and I had like one PayPal button for domestic and one PayPal button for international.
Yeah.
All figured out. And yeah. You didn't even have to have a picture.
Yeah, no, you didn't have to have a picture. You didn't have to have anything.
And now people want like QVC, but like curated, which I don't blame them. There's so much competition.
There really is. Yeah.
Like if you're able to do it, do it.
That's actually, I think that's part of why the internet's so different now. Is it's like we're almost reaching like this sort of like technological singularity, but just in terms of all websites are slowly starting to look exactly the same.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what makes me miss things like Angel Fire, where you would have these, or GeoCities, where you have these just wild websites where it's just like the whole background is glitter and moving and everything is spinning. And I kind of miss that.
Like the MySpace of websites.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm really feeling my age. It's cool.
I can directly, I mean, it's fine. I'm right there with you, but like I can directly pinpoint the two reasons I end up working in IT were, one, because my brother kept breaking the computer, and if I didn't fix it, we didn't have a computer. And two was MySpace. Learning to code on MySpace is how I ended up in my first IT job.
Well, IT people are like rock stars now. I mean, they're like rock star utility providers. You know what I mean?
It's starting to fall out of fashion now. I think only because of like COVID and all that. I think so many people started in IT now that's now kind of like slowly starting to go away. And it's not going very fast, but it is interesting. Because it used to be when I started in IT, which was 10 years ago, you would have what we would always call like the IT wizard, which was like the guy that has been there forever And like he wears the same thing every day and no one says anything because he knows how everything works. So we're just going to let him do what he needs to do.
Yeah. Yes.
And that
it's
was
like the I don't know, Cthulhu mythos elder god of IT that's kind of the top guy from The Simpsons.
Yes. It's very much like that.
Yep.
Yeah. I aspire to one day be one of the old like IT wizards of just like, yes, I know how it all works.
I think my husband is kind of that modern equivalent of that. He's a senior software developer for a firm out of Boston.
Oh, cool.
And, like his PhD is in cybersecurity. He wrote his first program when he was, I think, 4.
Oh, that's so cool.
Gonna be 45, and he's British, so it all, no matter what he says, it sounds smart.
People are like, he knows what he's talking about. I don't know what he just said, but he knows.
Like, he's saying it, so yeah.
That's really funny. Yeah. The internet's changed so much.
It has. Like I try to learn from it and adapt. With, you know, I've been an artist, a self-representing artist for a really long time. I've seen a lot in all these years, and it's really interesting, like from a sociological perspective. But you have to like keep up with it and understand, I don't know, what normal is for people now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've always like I won't put anything up until it's ready and I have some made of whatever it is. If it's perfume, if it's sculpture, if it's prints of my paintings, you know, whatever. Because 1,000,001 things can happen, and you know, you want to make people glad they sent you money, especially if they don't know you. I know that that's a really ridiculous concept, but
you don't want to let anybody down too. Like plans change, you know. That's even like when I send the radio show in, I don't like announce that episode until it is in, and I know that it is in the queue, just because I'm like, anything could happen. The queue could mess up, and I don't want to be like, this week's episode, oh nope, that's not out. Sorry, my bad.
Because I bet even though you're a creative person, you're probably more of an engineering mind.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You know that I actually am in my way. Like I'm like compared to, I love y'all, but a lot of artists I know, I am, you know, this little old lady stuck in the mud, you know, when it comes to structure and my bedtime and boundaries and
that's funny because I feel like my schedule is so just pure chaos, and part of that I think is because my day job is so structured that once I'm like not doing that, like it's just pure chaos.
Well, you structured your structure and now you have scheduled your chaos.
That is a great way of looking at it, because that's how I've always described. I'm like, it's organized chaos is how I like to call it. It's like I know where everything is. It looks like a mess, but I know where everything is in that mess.
Absolutely. I know David Lynch even talked a lot about the importance of a routine and structure. Like every day for years at 2:00, he would go have, you know, a chocolate shake and a coffee at the very same Big Boy, you know, for I think like 7 years or something. And he had a lot to say about how behaviors like that really free up your mind to be creative, because you're not having to think about these things.
Yeah, that is a great way of looking at it too.
So I'll say, no, I'm like David Lynch. I'm not, you know, not something.
You're saying that I'm looking at like one of the books that I keep on, you know, my desk that I record everything at is Room to Dream, David Lynch's book, because I like his philosophy of like things is just like, it's so perfect to how I do things, where it is, organized chaos. And then also, you know, like at the same time, just he has this weird like positivity through everything. Like when he was doing those weather reports during quarantine, that was just the best thing. That was like the highlight of my day every day.
I know. Oh, I miss him so
Me
bad. I say that
too.
like I knew him, but I grew up with, his work, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a huge, huge influence on my own work.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks, I remember when that originally aired,
So good.
and every week I would, sit down and record it on VHS, and
Oh.
when the movie came out, I saw it in the theater, and years later, though, when The Return came out, I was like, I am not watching this until it's all available. I waited every week.
That is
I paid
really
my
smart. That is so smart.
watching it all. I'm just going to buy it outright, and no. Yeah.
I think that is the fun difference kind of between like shows you used to have to wait every week, and now it's just like you can binge it all at once. So it's like, why would you wait?
And now it's like they're kind of like, it's the eternal recurrence of television. I swear, it's like doing it again, where there's commercials and you have to wait a week for the next episode of White Lotus, and it drives me insane.
But as we were talking about with Perfume, though, you've got to wait for good things. So
it's true.
It's relearning that patience.
Yeah, it's like you need to just forget about it, not miss it.
Being able to forget about it is sometimes a good thing.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
There's this book I read years ago, and I wouldn't say I was able to fully grasp every bit of it, but man, I feel smarter just saying the title. It was called The Origin of Consciousness and the Breakdown of the Bicameral Mind. And it was, right. And it was about, basically, from what I understood, we're only able to hold so much in our conscious at a time, but everything, like in the sort of Jungian sense separately, like everything does kind of get sponged up. It's just kind of knowing how to access it.
Yeah. And that was kind of one of the big things through David Lynch's work too, that like I really resonate too, is like sort of these ideas that come from your subconscious. And he was really big on that. I think that's actually part of why I like Twin Peaks so much. Like even then, Agent Cooper's talking about, all these different techniques to access your subconscious. And I went, yeah, that makes sense to me.
I really am of the opinion that David Lynch's Dune is Special Agent Dale Cooper's origin story.
Oh, I love that idea.
And I think that as a kid, he was Jeffrey Beaumont before he was in Dune.
I really love that idea.
But if you think about it, you're like, well, I mean, how did he get so smart? He was the dude in Dune.
Yeah. Exactly. And also, I just love Kyle MacLachlan. He's also such a weird person.
He is. And like in Return, I couldn't stop laughing at his little hair clip. I don't know why. I just was like, oh, we got like evil Western Cooper.
I love evil Western Cooper.
And our cats are all named after Twin Peaks characters. We have Special Agent Dale Cooper and Diane and Lucy.
Oh, I love
we did have Audrey, but she died of a brain tumor very, very young.
No.
Baby, love this is, but yes.
But those are great, great names. Have you ever made any like Twin Peaks kind of themed perfumes or anything like that?
I have worked on them. I used to make one called Candy Colored Clown years ago. That was like a blue velvet one, obviously.
Yeah, I love that.
I sketched out ideas for the Black Lodge, the White Lodge, and the Red Room, and like the Great Northern, and where the police station in Twin Peaks with like the donuts and the double and
a donut scented one.
Like I think I overwhelmed myself.
Yeah, you just gotta start with one.
I was like, let's just calm down. You just need to calm down.
You just got excited.
And yes, because it's easy to do. I like way before that. I made years ago. I made a sort of an endorsed set of perfumes for the film Spider Baby. Have you ever heard of Spider Baby?
I have not.
It was Sid Haig's first film when he was 19.
Uh-huh.
And I believe it was Lon Chaney Jr.'s last film. It was directed by Jack Hill. And you'll love it. You have to look it up.
Yeah, I pulled up the Wikipedia page. Oh, and it's on Tubi for free, so I can watch it later.
But years ago, gosh, this was probably 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I made like an official endorsed set of perfumes inspired by that film and the characters and the places, and so I like, things that I love like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do love to collaborate, ideally officially.
Yeah.
If I can. And I made an unofficial set around the same time for the original Wicker Man.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you. And it had Myrtle Says and A Martyr's Death and Take the Flame Inside You. There's 9 or freaking 12 of them or something. Wow. And around that same time, I sculpted Nuada, the sun god, mm-hmm. and I do still sell casts of that original sculpture.
Was that the sculpture you had at the market?
It may have been. Is it like a really creepy sun?
Yes, yes.
That's Nuada, the sun god from the original Wicker Man. I also have sculpted things. I make owl cave rings from Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Mm-hmm. It's like more of an assemblage with sculpted elements. And I've sculpted Odin, the Norse god Odin, Santa Muerta. Let's see. I think my most recent one kind of took the life out of me for sculpting for a while, and it's an anatomically correct life-size human vertebrae candle holder.
That is super cool.
It's sick, I'm not gonna lie.
That is super cool.
And I make the little baby ones too, because you don't want to just offer the big one.
Yes.
Here's his little babies. If you
I think that deep down we're all crows and we love a little trinket.
It's so true. It's 100% true. And I sculpt a lot of jewelry, and I teach a class on that at UK Fine Arts Institute on sculpting, learning how to make platinum silicone molds and cold casting metal and porcelain jewelry. And you can use every step of that separately, or you can scale it up to make your own great big fine candle holder. I'm like, do it, go do it.
That's also super cool. And I'm like, I love all the things you do, because I'm always like, that's all just stuff that I am like, that would be really fun to play with.
You should do it. You should do it. Thank you. It's you see inspiration everywhere. I think I've spent the last couple of decades learning all these crazy different processes. And for the longest time, I would hear things. I'm a self-educated artist. Other than perfumery, I don't have any formal art education.
Yeah.
And I would hear from galleries and things that would initially be interested, and then they'd be like, "Well, actually, you're not brandable. You do so many different things." And I just imagine these emails written, the tone, they had their teeth held together or something. And so I'm more than accustomed to not being the cool kid. And, so I'm fine being my own brand. And by now it's I make the incense and I make the incense holders. I make the candles and I make the candle holders.
Yeah.
I make perfume, I make prints, I make jewelry. I make, what are you going to do? I'm my own damn art gallery. I don't need,
Exactly. Well, and that's super cool too, that you make, the candle and the candle holder. So you get to be part of all parts of that, creation.
Yes. And I can be honest about what it's made of, and you know, I delve over into things that I see a lot of adulteration too. Like one of my perfumes is moldavite. First and foremost, because I wanted to source real moldavite, because that's one of those things that people just like lie and
say is in there when it's not.
Or say that they're pulling, and it's like, well, that could be L8 glass, you know. I call that Winchester moldavite.
I love that.
And Blue Lotus Absolute, as far as ingredients go, that's like incredibly expensive. And so I try to be a source of, like, first and foremost, the things I create, but also things that can be kind of like adulterated, or most people they're like intrigued by, but they wouldn't know the real thing if they saw it, if that makes sense. So even if they just see it in person, or even if they just smell it in person, that's probably going to stay with them if it's something they're interested in acquiring. Doesn't even have to be from me. I don't care. And I do that. I'm working on doing that with oud as well, because oud is just, I collect oud. It's incredible. Like if I was a billionaire, I would have like super huge pieces of oud, but I am not yet. So I have a little bit from all kind of areas, but it's fascinating stuff. It's fascinating stuff. And
that's just like one of those one day, if I ever win the lottery things.
Yes, exactly. Or if I don't know, I just don't have the taste to do any like super great big, it's gonna seize all of pop culture type, you know, collaborations. And I get that, you know. So, but like I can only make so much stuff anyway.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Well, and it's more fun, I think, to be able to create what you want to create.
Absolutely. And I am super huge on the personal relationships. I'm not good at small talk, but I can talk your head off as you're like seeing about stuff that I feel like talking about forever.
I feel like I'm a little bit the same way. Like, the only reason I can do any small talk is because if someone wants to talk about the weather, I can talk about the weather all day. And then they get a little unnerved that I'm continuing to talk about the weather.
And they're like, well, what are you really up to?
I just think it's cool.
I'm being conversational.
You told me to talk about the weather. I'm talking about the weather. I don't know what you want.
Yes. And for me, though, I do what I do. I'm fortunate enough to do what I do full time. And I just am kind of like in this room of my home most of the day doing it. And I'll leave a few days a month to vend at an event or teach. I sell mostly online, but every bit of it, it's like I more am just kind of looking for my people, if that makes sense. Not in, you know, in a wholesome way of like, if you like what I do, I bet we'd be friends.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a language.
It is. That is a great way of phrasing that too, of like, if you are enjoying this, then we will probably get along.
Yeah, because I used to hear nonsense like, oh, well, what if you if you have so many great ideas, you go do it.
Yeah, you go make it.
I will probably not get everything made that I have planned out right now before I die. So.
Right. The ideas will continue to come.
And the only sort of custom work I'll stop everything and do at this point is if a friend of mine loses a pet. I will, I like friends, like it isn't something I sell or anything, but if they lose a pet, I wait an appropriate amount of time and I say, like, if you would like a piece of memorial jewelry with their hair or their cremains or whatever you have, let me know what you'd like it to look like, and I will make that happen for you, because you mean everything to me. And I'm like a gift love language kind of person, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's what it is about. But other than that, like, nope.
Yeah. That's such a cool idea too. My snake passed away last year. And so I have her buried on the side of my house, and I'm waiting to get her bones out because I want to put them back together.
Yes.
Because I was like, I want to hold on to that because like she's so important to me. And, you know, first and last person I talk to every single day for over 6 years. So.
Oh, no. And if there's anything I can make for you, of course.
I might ask you some questions because I'm like, I want to put her bones together, but I feel like it would be cool to have something as well. A friend of mine actually 3D printed me, and I also keep this here when I record, a little kind of skeletal snake that I keep here that just reminds me of her when I record. So it feels like she gets to listen in on all of my recordings still.
Of course. Do you have any of her sheds?
I think I do, actually.
Because I know offhand I have some extra like glass lockets.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We're happy to give you one of those, you know, and see. Or you might like it for the end result later, too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I was always like, I never know what to do with her shed. I know that I could do cool stuff with it, but I don't know what to do with it.
I have a friend who her snake is alive, and she gives me the sheds, and I'll like make her something here and there in return.
Mm-hmm.
And my person Salus was a minor ancient Roman goddess of prosperity, and she was always portrayed with bowls feeding the snakes. Mm-hmm. And I have a perfume and incense in her honor. And like the packaging always has ethically acquired shed mm-hmm. snake goodies.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
They're so pretty, and they're such sweet little creatures.
Oh, I would have them if my cats wouldn't be like, oh.
Cats and snakes historically don't super get along, unfortunately.
Dang it.
Yeah. Sometimes though, but yeah, I've been having dreams recently about ball pythons, and so I'm like, does this mean I need to get another one soon?
Oh, yeah. You gotta listen to those dreams.
Yes. Yeah. Such sweet little creatures. Oh,
I'm a big believer in dreams. Big believer.
Yeah.
Man and His Symbols by KARL Jung. Have you read that?
Yes. Yeah. My minor in school was also psychology, and so like I was like, I'm super into this stuff.
Oh gosh, I love KARL Jung. He's like the not film director David Lynch, you know?
Yes. Yes. They may or may not be the same person, actually.
Yeah. Like, absolutely. I think when I read Synchronicity, I think it's like his shortest book, but it was another one that was like, okay, why is this so hard for me to like fully get this concept when this book is this short?
Yeah. And
I finally just like kept repeating the subtitle on the cover, like, it is an acausal connecting principle. Just, that's all you need to know. Just repeat it until it sticks.
Until it's just in there. Something we talked about before we started recording, you said there is a cryptid where you're from in Louisiana.
So I was born and raised in Louisiana. I lived there till my early 20s. I lived several places in the state. I'm from Rapides Parish, and there's the Parlangois is specific to my parish, and he is half alligator, half human. I think the human, like alligators can climb trees, but they usually tend to do it, from what I understand, when they're little. But
I imagine the bigger they get, the harder that is.
Yeah. And so the Parlangois can like run up a tree with, you know, your boyfriend and eat him.
Oh.
There was a case in, I think, the 60s where there was a car. Oh, I think it was a car that was like had kind of the psycho treatment where it was like submerged in a lake or something, and they pulled it out, and all the people in it had been like devoured. And they're like, oh, it's Parlangois. It was totally the Parlangois.
Yeah.
And so he tends to show up in like the local Mardi Gras parades the most. And usually
that's why there's alligator men in there. I always wondered about that.
Yep. So usually the top half, but I've seen it where like the whole thing is like this like hybrid too. As far as like portrayals and things. So he's specific to where I'm from, and Rapides Parish is right smack in the middle of the state. And the other thing I think that was a huge cool influence growing up there was Rapides Cemetery, which was an established cemetery as far back as 40 years before Louisiana was part of the United States. Like, it is old.
Yeah.
And it had the cool thing of like socioeconomic status and race, ethnicity, gender. None of that mattered as far as who was buried there.
Yeah, that's pretty rare in cemeteries.
Yeah, it was in its own way, like really, really ahead of its time. And my whole lifetime, it's been very neglected, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But that has its own beauty. You know, that was like the closest I had to a park in the neighborhood growing up.
Yeah.
And there would be, there'd be like the tombs, like some of the above ground tombs, they would have been missing the door and the body and the whatever for like who knows how long. So it was a fun little place to go play and tuck yourself in and go draw and you know, be a little gothling, little baby
baby goths in the cemetery
before you encountered such a thing. Because you didn't have the internet and you're in freaking Pineville, Louisiana,
and there's nothing else to do but go hang out in the cemetery. It cracks me up. I feel like in modern times, people are like, why are people hanging out in the cemetery? And it's like, well, that used to be, they were kind of built to just be parks, a lot of them. That's what people used to do, especially in Victorian times.
Yes. And that neighborhood literally had 3 cemeteries, that being one of them. And most of the houses are abandoned and like just the stuff of awesome Southern Gothic dreams, you know, covered in ivy and just nature reclaiming everything. And so, yeah, it's, you know, but also not a really happening nightlife.
No, well, except at the cemetery.
Exactly. So if you have an imagination, you're all set, like to a probably terrifying yourself degree. But you learn to either grow up and be a weird artist or, I don't know, something else.
I do wonder, I'm like, what did everyone else do while I was doing weird stuff like hanging out in the cemetery? I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess they were at the skating rink. I don't know. I wasn't invited, so.
I went to the skating rink too, actually.
Okay.
I don't know where people were in my neighborhood.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, wherever I am, everybody's always been like, you're not from here, are you? No matter where it is, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
I feel like I get that a lot too, and it's funny when that happens when I'm in my hometown where I'm like, I am actually.
I'm the thing you've heard of that lives in the forest.
That's why we have, you know, my hometown has the Loveland Frog, which is, you know, the 4-foot tall bipedal frog, and I'm just like, well, I'll find him eventually. That is what I was doing, is I was running around in the woods looking for the frog.
Well, that's completely valid.
All I ever found were coyotes, but maybe one day I'll find them.
And then look at where you are now. It's, you know, it's a path.
Exactly.
We all have our...
Exactly.
I think before when we were talking, I was babbling a bit about how I see perfumery with like ghosts and things.
Yeah.
So this is like sketches of ideas, or it's more just, you know, more babbling on my part. But so I think perfume is spirit when you think about it, because spirit is like the essence of something, and it's not tied to a place, you know?
Yeah.
And a ghost tends to be tied to a place. So I would say ghost and memory are rather interchangeable when you think about it. And our sense of smell is fully developed when we're 3 months old in the womb. It's our first scent to fully develop. And it's what we sort of experience life with first.
Yeah, before you can really use your eyes.
Yeah, and it's also the most difficult to articulate because it was initially to keep us safe from things that were like rotten or bad or, you know, not hygienic. But it is the sense most tied to memory.
Yes.
And, you know, people smell things and you can just see them time traveling. But I see it all the time. You know, it's a wonderful thing to be a part of, to kind of be a witness and like be there with them while they're smelling the things I've made with, it's like, this is my sketch and my interpretation of what I feel this means. But that doesn't, I don't want you to think the same thing. If you don't, I want to hear what you think. You know, this is like a Rorschach test. This is a talking point.
Yes.
So it's a very powerful thing.
It's super powerful, yeah.
You know, and I think that when I really hit my personal bingo with my perfumes, they're not just spirits or ghosts, they're apparitions.
I like that. Yeah.
Like, which I was looking into, like, well, what's the source of apparition? And I'm not going to try to say it because I'll butcher it, but it was the Latin word for appear. And I think it was first used in the 1500s to describe the 3 wise men showing up or something. And I'm like, dang. So it's like when something just shows up like, boom, that's an apparition.
I'm trying to see if I can get it to tell us
I don't know.
the Latin, how to say it, but it's not cooperating with me.
Maybe like apparere. I'm probably putting too many re's
like
in there.
Aparicio, something like that.
We'll take that.
It's
because mine will get Louisiana real quick. Like I'll sound Louisiana if I'm mad or silly or drunk or trying to say something that is Latin, maybe French.
That's the funny part. Being born in like Southern Ohio, where, you know, where I was born was real, like, had like a thick accent, which is a very specifically Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky accent. And then that went away just from years of people being like, you know, you need to talk like this. And then being back in Kentucky now, I can hear it come out real strong the longer I'm here. And then also like all my extended family is from West Virginia. So I get that too also coming in. It's just, the twang comes and goes.
And it's like you'll be doing it and not even know you're doing it. And, you know, that's me too.
Yep.
I lived in Louisiana till my early 20s. And then I lived in Wisconsin, which is like the complete opposite of Louisiana.
Very opposite.
But great in its own way, you know. When I first lived there, I saw the movie Fargo, and I know that's set in
I love Fargo.
Minnesota, but I like did not get the humor. I was like, why is this funny? These people aren't saying anything. Everything is so flat, you know. And then I lived there, I don't know, 3 months, and I thought it was the funniest thing I had ever seen because I picked up on the cultural nuances.
Yeah.
So I kind of see Kentucky as like the mix of those two places.
It kind of is. It is like a weird mix of Yooper, a little bit of Midwest, and then Southern.
Yeah,
just all
I think of
in
it
one.
I think of it like the Southern Midwest.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of Pepsi products. And, what is that stuff? Miracle Whip.
Oh, Miracle Whip. Oh my gosh.
And like those are my Yankee Tells. Like
my grandpa loved Miracle Whip. And I was always like, why are you putting that on a sandwich?
Yeah, a sandwich full of miracles.
Yep.
Yeah. But I really like it here. There's it's got a lot that I love about the Deep South without a lot of what I don't love about the Deep South.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
I'm trying to be diplomatic.
That's a great way to put it and very accurate.
And Winchester is a neat, weird, cool little town.
Yeah.
We found it when we were house hunting. I never knew what the heck a Winchester was before then. We lived in Lexington before moving here, and we just saw this house on Zillow, and we're like, where is that house?
That place is cool.
How has it been on the market for over a year?
It was the Ale8 luring you in.
Yeah, that Ale8 Moldavite, the power of the Ale8 Moldavite, that Winchester Moldavite, just being like, come here and buy a house with pocket doors and grow a garden.
I do love a good pocket door.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I just open them and close them for no reason.
I would too if I had them. I'd be like, you know what? Ta-da.
This is happening. Our house was built in 1906, and as far as I can tell, no ghosts. Maybe some cat do. Like we have 3 cats, and it seems like sometimes it could just be catness, but it seems like sometimes we'll hear like 8.
Yeah.
But that's as close as it gets.
Yeah. It's always funny to me when old houses aren't haunted, where I'm like, this place really looks like it should be haunted, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, ours looks like it would be haunted. That's why we bought it.
Yeah,
because
that's the goal.
Cool. it's what do they call it? A American Foursquare craftsman, like kind of mission style Edwardian.
Ooh,
like it's not a
super cool.
Gaudy. I say gaudy in the best way. I'm gaudy.
Yeah. Oh, I love gaudy stuff. Don't get me wrong.
It's not as like wonderfully gaudy as a Victorian, but it's like way more gaudy than like, I don't know, a split level ranch snout house.
Yeah.
Of modern times. So we love it. It's got a walk-up attic that has not been finished. And it makes me think of the Hoodoo Room in Skeleton Key.
Yeah.
If you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's like, you wait till I feel like messing with that third room. I'll have me another Hoodoo Room. Like I don't have enough.
That's the place I moved to now. It's like this little circle of townhomes, and they're nondescript. They're fine, but the main reason I liked it is because there's a pond in the middle of all that.
Ooh.
Which is great until now the geese are all trying to get in my garage, and I'm like, but please no. But the pond itself is really pretty, and I just like none of them are in our yard or anything, but I love the willow trees that are over the pond.
I love willow. Just
same.
Just curly willow is gorgeous. For like making wreaths and wands and things. And
that's the downside is since none of them are in my yard, I'm like, are they gonna get upset if I go and try to collect the willow branches?
I bet they'll be like, no, you're doing us a favor.
Yeah, I might just like, honestly, I might knock on their door and be like, hey, do you mind if I clean some of that up? I'm gonna make some wreaths, so just figured I'd get some out of your way.
I am helping.
Either that or I'm just gonna dive into the pond and go for it.
Yeah, for real. But wait till you see somebody rounding it up and be like, hey, I can take that for you since you brought it this far.
Yeah, I'll just let me get that out of your way.
Yeah. My Perfume 79 Moons is the base of that is poplar buds, which are like nature's amber, which is in the willow family. And aspirin is originated as being from the willow family. So if anyone has sensitivities to aspirin, leave willow alone. But if you don't, it's like aspirin. You can take some of that wood. I would check on the varieties and, make yourself a nice like headache easing tea. Speaking of, we were talking a bit about your interest in teas before, teas and tisanes and all that good stuff.
I've been big on the echinacea tea recently because where Frogman Fest was 2 days, I completely lost my voice afterwards. Anytime we do any event that's like more than 1 day, I lose my voice. So all last week was a lot of echinacea and honey.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. I can hear it still a little bit, but it's like, oh, I can talk now. Because like last week when I tried to talk, it was like squeaking out. Where I was like, oh, okay, we're not doing that this week, I guess.
Another one you might like along those lines is elecampane, and that's also known as elfwort. And I learned about it because it's a plant for Odin. And when I made my Odin sculpture. Initially, it was like to put by the elf board in my garden. And that's like nature's camphorous lozenges with the root. You get it and you slice it up like the year-old root after you clean them well. And get a pint jar, put the little bite-sized pieces in there and cover it with local raw honey. And you have this fantastic medicine for like your whole lungs and throat and everything. But be very careful because it put you powerfully to sleep. Or it does me.
I mean, sometimes that's the best thing of medicine like that is like, well, it's going to make me feel better. And then also I'm going to be asleep.
Yeah, it's got this beautiful fragrance too. It's like cold violets. It makes me think of like orris root a bit.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Oh, wow. We're at the top of the hour. I just noticed.
Whoa,
I got distracted talking. Well, since we're at the top of the hour, we'll go ahead and sign off from Strange Talk. So good night, everyone, and good luck.
Bye.
You are listening to Radio Artifact on 1660 AM in Northside and 91.7 FM HD2 WVXU in Cincinnati.